Good morning to all of you streaming online on Fox 61 Plus, and good morning to all of you here in downtown Hartford. How are we doing today? Yes. Glad to have you here. Fox 61 and the United Way of Central and Northeastern Connecticut would like to welcome you all to the finalist breakfast for the 4th Annual Impact Awards. I'm Fox 61 anchor Tim Lammers. I am so happy to be your host today, and I will be your host for the Impact Awards themselves on October 28th, and I hope to see you all there. This is going to be a great little sort of dress rehearsal for you all to practice when you win and get up there and have everybody recognize you and applaud you for your great deeds here. Now, back in 2023, Fox 61 and United Way of Central and Northeastern Connecticut joined forces to recognize and celebrate all of you, the individuals, the groups, the organizations that are making a meaningful impact across Connecticut's healthcare, housing, financial empowerment, and education sectors, because we wanted to sort of cast a very wide net. The Impact Awards were created to shine a spotlight on the change makers who are out there, while also raising awareness of all of the resources to support the well-being of children, families, and adults in the communities where we live and work. And that is why we are here today. So we're going to give you all a chance to stand up and get recognized. That will come in just a second. But first, I want to call up to the podium here the Fox 61's Vice President and General Manager, Chris Toff, so he can discuss what specifically these awards mean, not just to him and to me, but to the station as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Listen, this is my second year being involved with the Impact Awards, and it has been nothing but kind of overwhelming to see what is being done in the community here. Fox 61 has been involved in this because we love to be a part of everything that's going on in the community, and the United Way has been a tremendous partner in helping us understand what the needs are in this area. The one thing that I can tell you is that there is a ton of work that goes into pulling this off every year. And every year when it's done, I think we sit down and go, based on the amount of inspiration we've gotten from everybody that's winning the awards and being nominated, that makes the work pale in comparison to the inspiration that we're given by all the nominees and winners. On top of that, it makes me feel like that from the time I wake up in the morning to the time I go to bed, I don't do nearly enough, and I should be doing a whole lot more. So I want to thank you all for breaking down my self-esteem just a little bit and letting me know that I should be doing more for everybody. With that being said, I'm going to turn it back over to Tim. Thank you very much for coming this morning, and congratulations, and I hope to see you all win in October. Thank you.
Yes, we are happy to use our platform for this, but he's right. We just feel like we are in all of your debt because you guys are the ones out there making the change and doing the work. Okay, next, I would like to call up to the podium the President and CEO of the United Way of Central and Northeastern Connecticut to share some thoughts. Please welcome Mr. Eric Harrison.
Thanks so much, Tim. And as Chris mentioned, this is just such an honor and privilege to have this partnership with Fox 61. 4th year, 4th Annual Impact Awards. It's hard to believe. Every single year just builds and builds and builds the momentum, the evolution of the event, and it gets more competitive. So I just want to say, first and foremost, every single person in this room, you are a winner, and know that. And you're going to learn about each other's nonprofits and individual contributions, but it really does take a collective action in the community to make an impact. And that's what United Way is all about, mobilizing resources to end poverty in the 860 region. And I really want to just stress that, in that mission, we are just really, really delighted about looking at elevating the voices, right? You are the unsung heroes in your communities, and that's something we learn every single year from this event. We have strategic partners that United Way partners with every year, but you are also just a sea of inspiration and collective action that's happening across the state of Connecticut and not just in the greater Hartford area. So we're very privileged to be partners in this effort. Tickets go on sale today at ctimpactawards.org, and you can purchase sponsorships, tables, and tickets, and the proceeds, benefit United Way's supportive initiatives that help end poverty and close gaps in our community. I do want to mark that yesterday was actually a very special day for United Way. So it actually marked the 20th anniversary of our 5th president's passing, George Bahamonde. And George, the Lifetime Achievement Award is named in George's name and embodies a lot of the qualities that George valued. And if you're ever at the riverfront recapture, if you're walking along the riverfront, you will see an Inukshuk statue, and it is in George's memory. So if you ever at the riverfront recapture, please pay tribute to that. But it's my distinct privilege to honor this year's George Bahamonde Lifetime Achievement Award winner, who's actually here with us today, and that's very special. It's the first time we've had our Lifetime Achievement Award winner join us for this press conference. So without further ado, it's my honor to welcome Bob Petroselli to the podium.
Well, thanks, Eric, and at my age, it's a pleasure to be here as well. I'd like to just say three things this morning. First, I want to sincerely congratulate Fox for taking on this mission. You all don't know it, and they probably don't know it, that I grew up in a broadcasting family. My father was president of WTIC AM/FM TV, and he used to editorialize about causes in the community. Nobody did that. And WTIC supported many good things around the community. That tradition's kind of been lost in broadcasting, and you guys are the bellwether for bringing it back, so thank you. Secondly, I'd like to just comment on your mission and why it's so important to me and why I'm so honored to have been chosen. Again, you wouldn't know that I spent the early part of my life as a kind of a policy wonk in Washington. And among the jobs I had down there was Minority Counsel of the Senate Subcommittee on Employment, Manpower, and Poverty, which is a long way of saying we had jurisdiction over the federal anti-poverty program. And this was back in the 1960s, before most of you were born. And it made a huge impact on me, and I just tell you one little personal story about an incident that deepened my commitment to the cause that you all represent. We had, my boss was Senator Javits, the Republican of New York, but on the committee was Bobby Kennedy. And those two, of course, were somewhat competitive senators from New York, but when it came to the function of the committee, they were together. And together we mounted a set of hearings on hunger in America in the Mississippi Delta. And I will never forget the scene where Bobby Kennedy, who was always surrounded by reporters, went into a shack in the Delta, kept all the reporters out, and I was with him, and he squatted down on the dirt floor and just for several minutes just played with some black kids who had empty metal pie plates. And he wasn't trying to make any press points or anything else. He felt for the mission. And, you know, that was a life lesson for me. The third thing I'd like to say, and hope you remember, is the importance of the United Way's mission, not just because of the shared interest we have in anti-poverty efforts, but because the United Way is an indispensable element of philanthropy. Folks like my wife Margaret and I, we have certain causes where we sit on boards and we go deep into those organizations and give money. But at the same time, we want to try to help broadly. And the United Way is the preeminent aggregator of philanthropy. So if you want to go broad as well as deep as a philanthropist, you desperately need the United Way. And so that, once again, just amplifies the honor I feel in receiving this award. So Eric, thank you so much, and thank all of you for what you do every day.
Mr. Petroselli was mentioning WTIC radio. Of course, Fox 61, we are WTIC TV. And if you have ever visited our studios, there's a quote on a plaque, a commemorative plaque when we were first given our broadcast license, and it was a quote by the former late great governor, Ella T. Grasso, simply saying, "Bloom where you are planted." And I've always loved that because I'm from here. I grew up 15 minutes from here. I love Connecticut in a way that I think only people who are from Connecticut can truly understand, being sort of stuck between Boston and New York. We're not a flyover state, but a lot of people look at us as a drive-through state. But you are the people, whether you grew up here or not, this is where you guys decided to put your seeds down, where you guys decided to plant yourselves. And you are blooming. You are what makes Connecticut great. And thank you, just personally. So many of us here at Fox 61 are from this area and never want to leave this area because we know how great Connecticut is. All right, two quick things before we get started. First of all, I know some of you are repeat nominees, but for a lot of you, this is going to be your first time at the Impact Awards. This is a real deal award show. There are lights, there are cameras, there's a red carpet, there's a great dinner, and it's got this amazing positive energy to it. You are going to love it. Which brings me to point number 2. I know a lot of you do what you do because you're not expecting any sort of recognition. And I've firsthand seen with the awards last year, because it's my second year on the awards, that some of you might be a little uncomfortable being the center of attention. So look at today as your dress rehearsal to sort of get used to the idea of getting the attention that you very much deserve. So this is how it's going to work here. We're going to ask each one of you to stand up, right? There's going to be 3 finalists. Whether individuals or groups in 8 different categories. I'm going to ask you to stand up and then give it a second so we can make sure the cameras can find you in the room and get you nice and focused. And then I'm going to tell everybody just a little bit about what your nominator said about you, about what makes you special. And then if I could ask you to stay standing until we get through all 3 finalists in your group, and then we can give them all a round of applause. So let's start with the first award category. This is the Unsung Hero Award. And what this category represents is a person who has really given their all to their community, and just like I was saying, usually very quiet and often thankless ways. But in doing so, this person often can be seen as the sort of unofficial mayor of their town, of their community, just completing acts of kindness for everybody they meet without ever looking for anything in return. Although you're about to get something in return. This person, maybe they're just starting their philanthropic journey, or maybe they've been helping people for decades. It doesn't really matter. We're just looking for somebody who may not be known outside of their community to honor this award. So here we go. The first finalist. And one more thing. Forgive me, I'm meeting a lot of you for the first time too. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to pronounce all of your names correctly. That's one of these things we can figure out. So when the time comes, we will be able to pronounce your name correctly at the award show. So first things first, John Paul Rivera. Why don't you stand up here so everybody can see and we can get you on camera. So this is what John Paul's nominator had to say about him. After recognizing that many individuals and families in the community were struggling to meet their most basic needs, John Paul founded a nonprofit called CT Beds. Working alongside social workers, CT Beds provides custom handmade beds and other essential resources to families across Connecticut completely free of charge. Our second nominee, where's Missy Cipriano? Hi, Missy. Good morning to you. And your first name Sansaray? Yes. Thank you. There we go. Okay, so Missy's nominator shared that Missy is always finding new ways to help those in need. As executive director of Southington Bread for Life, she leads with compassion, inspiring her team of employees and volunteers while building strong partnerships with community leaders and sponsors. Her innovative approach ensures the organization continues to meet the evolving needs of the people it serves. Our third nominee in the Unsung Hero Award category is Trish Hessline, who we know. Trish, please stand up. So according to Trish's nominator, Trish has dedicated decades of her personal and professional life to making the world a better place. Her impact can be felt throughout the community, where she generously gives her time and talents to organizations, including Literacy Volunteers of Greater Hartford, Make-A-Wish Connecticut, Healing Meals Community Project, Interval House, and many others. These are your 3 finalists for the Unsung Hero Award. Give them a round of applause. Okay, up next we have the Impactful Woman Award category. This award will be given to a woman who is a leader and an inspiration, creating opportunities for others and ensuring that she is making Connecticut a better place to live. A true mentor to other women, I should say. This award winner has a dynamic energy and drive to do great things in her community. The finalists in this category are Jen T. Grace. Where is Jen? There we are. Hi, Jen. How are you doing this morning? Good. So Jen's nominator shares that Jen has spent more than 15 years amplifying underrepresented voices. She's published more than 250 books, founded Be Local Connecticut, and empowered students and authors across the state to share their stories. Through her purpose-driven leadership, Jen demonstrates that business can be a powerful force for good. Our second nominee, Sana Cotton. And I hope I said your name. It's Sana here. Oh, there you are. Hi. Sorry, you were right behind Jen. I didn't see you there. Did I say your name right? Sana? Sana. Thank you so much, Sana. According to Sana's nominator, Sana has transformed her own foster care experience into a mission of creating statewide impact. Through her group, Unashamed Inc., she empowers vulnerable youth, supports and trains foster parents, develops programs for young people, and creates safe spaces where they feel supported, valued, and heard. Our third nominee, Cassandra Reyes. Cassandra, where are you? Right over there. Hi, Cassandra. And we got the camera on you too. Now, Cassandra is the president and CEO of CJR, an organization that provides residential, educational, community, and wellness services at locations throughout Connecticut. According to her nominator, Cassandra is deeply committed, both personally and professionally, to advocating for marginalized youth. Through her leadership, she champions underserved communities and justice-involved young people by building programs and partnerships that create opportunities and transform lives. These are your three nominees for Impactful Woman Award. Yeah. Our third award is the Impactful Emerging Leader Award. Now, this is given to that next up-and-coming change maker in Connecticut. This young person is on the fast track to leadership, and despite their age, they have a proven track record already of giving back and have set themselves up for a future of serving their great Connecticut communities wherever they live. Okay, the finalists are Taylor Cicerella. Hi, Taylor. Hi. Did we get your last name right? Ciccarella. So more Italian. Yeah, you never know whether it's more Americanized or Italian. Ciccarella. Taylor's nominator says that she is a force at just 16 years old. Taylor's working to change hearts and minds by advocating for inclusion and creating opportunities for students with disabilities. She's raised thousands of dollars to support recreational programs and promote learning, or programs, I should say, that promote learning, as well as the physical and mental well-being of students. Through her dedication, Taylor is showing the power of inclusion both in schools and on the playing field. Our next nomination is for Sam Tapper. Where is Sam? There's Sam, right next to Taylor. Hey, Sam. Sam's nominator says that Sam is a young man on a mission to make the world a better place. He consistently shows up for his community through meaningful service and quietly does the hard work without seeking recognition. Ah, you're about to get it. At a time when we need more young people stepping forward to serve like Sam is doing, Sam is setting an example and demonstrating the incredible impact that just one person can make. And our final nomination goes to Ryan L. Cook. Ryan, where are you? Hey, Ryan. So Ryan's nominator says that Ryan is dedicated to improving mental health awareness across Connecticut. Through his work with residents throughout the state, he provides education, resources, peer and family support, and advocacy to help create a more informed and supportive community. Please give a round of applause for our Impactful Emerging Leader finalists. Next is the Impactful Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award. That's given to an individual or organization that has a demonstrated track record of helping or working with minority communities here in Connecticut. They've made a measurable impact in the DEI community and have dedicated their lives, or a better part of their businesses, to helping to create a spot at the table for everybody. So the finalists for this category are She Leads Justice. Where are the folks from She Leads Justice? Here we are. Good morning to you. Since 1973, She Leads Justice has been a leader in advancing gender equity and justice, championing landmark victories, including equal pay, paid leave, and protections for survivors. Through its advocacy efforts and more than 1,000 volunteer hours each year, SLJ provides free legal access and ensures that women's voices are heard and empowered. Our second nomination goes to the Connecticut Teacher Residency Program. There they are in the back of the room. Good morning to all three of you. Now, this launched in 2019, and since then, the Teacher Residency Program has created a pathway for aspiring educators to enter the classroom while also helping to increase representation amongst teachers of color in Connecticut. Through its 18-month-long program, the initiative empowers underemployed adults with the training, support, and the certification that they need to build meaningful careers in education. And our last nomination goes to Curtis Rodriguez, the porter of Capital Region Education Council, or CREC. Curtis, good morning. So according to his nominator, Curtis has a unique ability to turn vision into action, creating connections between families, schools, and communities. His leadership opens doors to opportunity, amplifies underrepresented voices, and advances equity through initiatives that support families and fosters a more inclusive Connecticut. So please give a round of applause for our impactful Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award finalists. I've always loved this next category, getting to talk to teachers and educators. It's the Impactful Educator Award. I mean, we've all had somebody like that in our lives, somebody who's really made an impact on our education. And this award looks to recognize those people, the teachers, the professors. It doesn't have to be necessarily a teacher. It could be a coach or a tutor, somebody who's just dedicated themselves to molding young minds. And more than teaching, this person serves as a mentor to their students, helping to guide them through life. And this person can be retired, can work in preschool, K through 12, or a college setting. We certainly keep it as a wide net. Now the finalists are Mike Feste. Where is Mike? Hi, Mike. Good to see you. So, Mr. Feste's nominator says that he has a unique ability to meet students where they are and nurture their growth in the way that they need most. His approach is anything but one size fits all. He goes above and beyond to help students succeed while also including and supporting their families. The nominator shared that through Mr. Feste's dedication and encouragement, their son went from hating school to loving it. Our next nominee is Catherine Pamellard. Hi, Catherine. Hello. Right up here in the front. Catherine founded Boundless Literacy 5 years ago after experiencing firsthand as both a teacher and a parent the challenges that children can face when learning to read. She recognized that specialized literacy support was not only essential, but often expensive, unfortunately. And she believed that every student deserved equal access to the tools and opportunities that were needed to succeed. According to her nominator, Catherine's dedication to her organization, her staff, her colleagues, the entire New Haven School District, and mostly her students, is truly inspiring. And our final nominee in this category is Christopher Wisniewski. Christopher, hi. You get your last name right? Yes. Got it. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Wisniewski's nominator says that he deserves this recognition because he trusts students with real-world challenges and empowers them to rise to the occasion. In his classroom, students become researchers, inventors, speakers, and leaders, developing the confidence and skills to solve problems, share their ideas, and, of course, make an impact. So please give a round of applause for our 3 Impactful Educator finalists. Next up is the Community Organization Making an Impact Award. Now, this is given to a community group here in Connecticut who has taken on the task of bettering their surroundings and helping others. We're looking for a grassroots organization that's using their resources, whether through volunteering their time, volunteering resources, or just simply fundraising, to create change. This charitable organization goes above and beyond the call of duty. The finalists are Plate It Forward. Are the folks from Plate It Forward? There we are. Good to see you, right here in the center of the room, Freddie. Plate It Forward's in Southington. It was founded 3 years ago in 2023. And in its first year alone, that program provided 2,277 meals through a unique pay-it-forward restaurant ticketing model and strong partnerships throughout the community. The next nominee is Miracle 8 Foundation. There we are. So Miracle 8 Foundation supports NICUs, families that are experiencing pregnancy and infant loss, and those who are navigating the unimaginable loss of a child. Through community outreach and compassionate resources, the organization provides comfort, support, and assistance to women and families during some of the most difficult moments of their lives. Our final nominee is New Horizons Village. There we are. And good morning to you. New Horizons Village is in Farmington. New Horizons Village provides adults with physical disabilities the opportunity to live independently in a welcoming and accessible community. As Connecticut's largest wheelchair-accessible housing complex, it serves 115 adults while fostering an environment that's built on inclusion, empowerment, and the belief that everyone deserves the opportunity to live life on their own terms. Those are your three finalists for Community Organization Impactful Award. Okay, we have two more categories to go. The penultimate one is the Company Making an Impact Award, and then the final one is the Small Business Making an Impact Award. Now, these awards will be given to companies that have made giving back to Connecticut a part of its culture, not just something that is done, something that is believed, something that is, like we said, in their culture, not just from the top, but all the way down through the rest of the employees. Volunteering, philanthropy, these are the things that they do to create a place to work that allows employees a chance to do good along the way while also earning their paychecks. So, the finalists in the small business category. We'll start with East Coast Training Systems. Where's East Coast Training Systems? Hey, good to see you. East Coast Training Systems has partnered with Jane Doe No More to empower women and girls across Connecticut. They create a space for survivors to share their stories, break the stigma that surrounds sexual assault, and empower others to seek help, find their voice, and report confidentially if they have to. The next nominee, the Modern Woman Health and Wellness Center. There. Nope. The nominator for Modern Woman Health and Wellness Center shared that this organization truly changed their life. They do more than provide health care. They help women improve their mental health, physical health, confidence, career paths, and overall stability, in turn creating stronger women, families, and communities throughout Connecticut. The final nominee is Cheshire Fitness Zone. Here we are. And the folks from Cheshire Fitness Zone. The Fitness Zone's nominator said this company consistently shows up for its community. From volunteering at local events to providing sponsorship support, CFZ demonstrates a commitment to making a difference. The company's team can be found supporting initiatives such as the Connecticut Autism Walk and the Down Syndrome Block Party, proving that they don't just talk about their values, they live them every day. So give them a round of applause, our three nominees. And finally, the finalists in the company category are Recovery 12 Solutions. Are the folks from Recovery 12, are they here with us? They might not be here. We had a really good run of everybody being able to make it here. I thought we were going to make it all the way through. So Recovery 12 Solutions is dedicated to helping individuals build a strong foundation for lasting recovery from alcohol and drug addiction. So through safe, affordable housing and good connections to employment, outpatient treatment, and the 12-step community, that organization provides the support and stability that is needed to move forward with confidence. Our next nominee, a familiar name, they were a nominee last year, Reynolds Subaru. Where is Reynolds Subaru? There you are. Good to see you again. Reynolds Subaru supports healthcare, education, and families across Connecticut through donations and community partnerships, from providing comfort items to patients and donating supplies to schools and supporting local shelters and families in need. If I remember from talking to you last year, you're often picking a lot of different causes, whatever just sort of feels right at the moment, whatever is needed at the moment. So Flexibility is also a big part of that. And our final nominee, Mince and Hoke. The folks from Mince and Hoke, good to see you again. Mince and Hoke, also a repeat nominee. They are leading the way when it comes to financial empowerment for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Mince and Hoke is leading by example. This company is proving that employment and economic opportunity is possible for people with all abilities. So a round of applause for our company making an impact finalists. So thank you all for coming to share in the successes of everybody in this room. You'll often find that if you've done some networking here or you do some networking at the Impact Awards itself, this can be a real sort of force multiplier. A lot of sort of insular movements, maybe you can find ways to connect up and help each other. So congratulations to all of you who have been named a finalist. If you've been selected as a finalist, you will, again, get information about recording a short video that we're going to play during the awards. So that way you don't have to get up there and necessarily talk about yourself too. And once again, that QR code there on your table is a good way to set up a date and a time so we can record that video for you. The Impact Awards themselves are going to be October 28th at the Hartford Marriott. Again, like Mr. Harrison said, individual tickets and tables are on sale. Sponsorship opportunities are still available. It is going to be the best night of your year. It was easily the best night of my year last year. It was just wonderful. Tears, laughter, good food, good times, and just a wonderful spirit. So for more information, you can go to ctimpactawards.org to find more and to get those tickets. Thank you so much for coming to this breakfast. Have a great day, everybody.